Hello, welcome to Skye's Sweaty Record Review, the only YouTube channel dedicated to a French professor jumping immediately off an elliptical and reviewing an album that has come out within the last 7 days. If that's not specific enough for you, I'm the first at something. I think this is the 24th episode. I'm starting to get those down. I know where the camera is. There you are. And it's funny because when this week started, I felt like there was nothing I wanted to review. And then I was getting ready for today's episode, and there's multiple things that I thought, actually, I would like to have the time to do that. There's a French rap album that came out by someone called Infinite, which doesn't seem too bad. There's an interesting kind of techno-y album by a guy named Bruce. That seemed good too. But ultimately I was drawn to this one album, particularly by this one track that drew me in. And of course the cover. And of course the name. So, all of those things. I'm going to be reviewing The Greeting Committee, which I think is a good kind of standard rock and roll sounding name. The name of the album is not that interesting. It's This Is It. But the cover, I think, actually tells you a lot about what's going to be coming. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time with this cover. So you see, it's like a little kid who looks a lot like I did as a kid. It's very kind of unsettling, right? Because it's familiar images, kind of an awkward family photo from the 70s, and we've seen lots of things like that. But the kid's shirt is too big for him, and the tie is a crazy 70s tie. And then obviously his fingers are claws. No, they're candles. I don't know what that means. And then he's got the man arm. So I thought that was interesting. An interesting way to draw me in. Is this going to be about innocence or childhood or a sense of loss or discomfort? And the answer is yes. that is what the album's about. But let's get to the first song. The first song gets my super sweaty Skye stampy. Gets my stamp of approval. It's called Is This It? So confusing having the first song on the album title be inverted. But it's this really catchy song. I think they're classified as indie pop, which I don't really know what that means. But it makes sense here. It's got these kind of chugging horns, like bogogogogogog, bogogogogogog, which is kind of agreeable. It's a kind of funky drum beat, not super funky. It's not trying too hard. I would say in general on this whole album, nothing tries too hard except for one point that I'll get to. The horns end up sounding almost like denatured. It doesn't really feel like a horn line as much as it feels like a part of the rhythm. The lyrics are great to this first song. A lot of it's about this feeling of trying to figure out is this really it? Is this really the nature of existence? Is this as far as I'm going to go? Which is one of the great themes of the album. The second track was a little bit of a warning. It's called Pull It Together, and the first lines are, "You gots to get out." It's like, gots to? I don't know. That kind of affected accent and colloquialism seemed out of place for a quartet from Kansas City. I don't know. It seemed a little bit too much. But ultimately, the song won me over. Lyrically, it's a great song about hoping that someone just gets their act together, pull it together. And it's kind of this, almost like a nurturing song, trying to help somebody just sort of figure it out. So I ended up liking that by the end. So with these first two tracks, I was able to pick up the general production nature of this album. It's mostly guitar-based with a little bit of piano, good drumming, additional instrumentation, and at times it veers on the overproduced. So, there's horns sometimes and there's strings sometimes, but it's clear it's just like a rock band who's just like, we better sound like more. And sometimes that pans out, sometimes that doesn't. The singer, it's interesting. It's weird with a singer, right? Because if a singer is boring, that's terrible. But if a singer is trying too hard to be interesting and becomes affected, that's unlistenable. So I would say in general, this is a singer that veers more towards the boring, but not too much. I think she's a really interesting singer. And not too much, just the right amount of character, I'd say. I feel sort of in the Nico Casey realm of things, like the way she would sing the word you, kind of that sort of trailing off, sustained vowel sound. But Jesus, I don't know. Is that what they say about Nico Case? I'm getting in over my head. All right, Skye, you're not on Pitchfork. You're not on Pitchfork, kid. All right. I just had those right there. The low points, I would say, are like kind of like I call them more like dead spots. Like there's points where like it's well produced, but it just doesn't quite grab you. It just I don't know. It just feels kind of same, maybe not samey, but just kind of bland, even though it's well produced. Songs like that are like let's see, like Run for Your Money and Flint and Odds of Forever. They're not bad songs, and individually I'd listen to them and say they're pretty interesting, but they don't live up to the interest or the spark of a song like the first track. But that's not the whole album. I mean, there's actually another great track. I would say my second stamp, the two stamper, stamp of approval on a song called 17, which is really sweet. It's just got this like kind of pounding but undistorted guitar and clapping and nice lead lines on the guitar in there that are kind of catchy. And it's nice. It's a song that seems to be about innocence and innocence lost a little bit, which is again one of the main themes. You know, Mr. Candlefingers. Oh man, they should have called this album Mr. Candlefingers. If you guys need any if you're watching this and you need any PR, I'm your guy. Another great song is called Gold Star. It's a song that's all about like feeling like you're letting people down. Like there's great expectations for you, but you don't reach those expectations. Like letting down a teacher or a parent. That's got like this really nice kind of haunting, like ringing guitars. Like at times you're like, okay, take it down in the mix. That's too intense. But it's a really strong tune. Another standout is Birthday Song, a song about blowing out the candles on your birthday cake and then burning down the house. That's a good example, I think, of some of their best production because it's an acoustic guitar, and I was expecting the whole time like, oh no, they're going to do like a drum fill, and then there's going to be a whole strumming band along with it, and it's going to try to lift you up and be inspirational. But it wasn't. It was just a guitar, and then they eventually added just a little simple guitar, piano, kind of like a droning piano note, similar to one that plays in the first track, Is This It? It lets the musicianship, it lets the quality of her voice kind of come to the fore. At the end, there's a little too much strings, but it's okay. Like they didn't ruin it by trying to make it too much. So that's my review of The Greeting Committee. I think I really liked it. I think I'm going to listen to it again. If I have to think of a 3-word review or a 1-sentence review, maybe self-disappointment rock that doesn't disappoint. Because I think it's a lot about being disappointed in yourself, about feeling like little Mr. Candlefingers. Candlefingers? I don't know. That's what I'll call it. Self-disappointment rocks that doesn't disappoint. The random thing that I saw on the YMCA TVs was a commercial for Men's Health, which never has anything to do with men's health, called Force Factor Alpha King Pills. I thought that was funny, Alpha King. And then their slogan was, Rule the Bedroom. I don't know. Strange time to be alive. All right. Oh, and the trivia. The state on my coffee cup is Florida. Coffee. Okay, that's that. Oh, and the band is from Kansas City, which is awesome because what's from Kansas? These guys.